I opened a box I found in my grandmother's attic. I still don't know if I made it out alive. Full story. It was about 5 years ago when I decided to clean out my grandmother's old house. She had passed away a few months prior, and her home was now left to me. The house had always been a bit creepy, but I had fond memories of staying there as a kid, except for the attic. I never went up there even when I was little. It was dark, cold, and filled with old junk that didn't interest me. But with everything I needed to sort through, I had no choice. One afternoon, while sifting through dusty old boxes in the attic, I found something odd. Tucked behind a pile of ancient books was a small weathered box. No label, no markings. What stood out most was the note taped to it, written in messy handwriting. Do not open. You don't know what's inside. I should have listened to that warning. I really should have. But instead, I couldn't help myself. I mean, who wouldn't want to know what's in a box that's been hidden away for decades with a warning like that? When I opened it, my heart skipped a beat. Inside was a key. Simple, tarnished, and unremarkable at first glance, but it felt wrong the moment I touched it. Cold, almost like it was never meant to be held by human hands. I thought it was strange, but I didn't think much of it at the time. I tucked it in my pocket and moved on with the cleaning. Later that evening, I began noticing things that didn't add up. Mirrors around the house seemed to reflect more than they should, shadows moving just out of sight, whispers when no one was near. At first, I convinced myself it was just stress. Maybe I was imagining it. But then I walked past a mirror in the hallway one night and froze. The reflection was me, but my eyes, they were wrong. I don't know how to explain it, but there was something off. The eyes weren't mine. They were too wide, too wild. And the grin? It wasn't mine either. It was something dark, something that looked like it didn't belong on my face. I quickly turned away, but I heard something. A soft click, like a door unlocking somewhere in the house. The thing is, I didn't have any doors that should have been locked. I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't know how. But things kept happening. The reflections kept changing. The whispers grew louder. Then one night I woke up to the sound of footsteps in the hall. I tried to tell myself it was just my imagination, but the footsteps were too distinct, and they were getting closer. I never found the lock that key belonged to. I didn't need to, because by the time I realized it was probably the key to whatever was now haunting me, I wasn't sure I could leave. I moved out of that house shortly after. But even now, sometimes, I still hear the whispers in my head. And every time I pass by a mirror, I can't help but wonder, is it still out there?